Guys, we have absolute chaos in the market once again, which of course gets me really excited, especially for this video, since we're going to talk about the stocks that I'm buying right now today. Two stocks on this list. There's a ton of controversy with the list. I absolutely agree there. I cannot wait to dive into all of it with you guys, as there's just so much information, so much going on, and more importantly, so much opportunity if you're willing to cut through the noise. So there's a ton to get into. So let's discuss all that today, get that information out to you guys. Just, make sure you like the video if you like this style video and you want to see more content like this. And if you want to see my buys in these stocks in real time, and you want to see my watch list complete with price targets for these stocks and a ton of other stocks that might very well slip onto this list, and you want to see the rabid dedicated discussion on all these stocks in regards to valuation, price targets, see other people's buy alerts, see all the other information and data behind the earnings and everything else that's going on with these stocks, don't miss the spooky flash sale for my group with some deeply disturbing discount being given to the membership. So take advantage of the price before it goes back up forever and get your membership where you get to keep that price for as long as you stay a member. Guys, there's so much information in there. Just check out the pinned comment down there, check out the website, get your free gift down there, and see everything that you get if you choose to become a member. Now remember, these are just the stocks that I'm targeting right now. There's actually 15 on my watch list to watch, but right now, these are the only ones that are closest to my buy target where I want to buy these stocks at. And so that right there is what we're discussing. Obviously, some of the stocks I want to buy have run up. Some of them have just been overheated for a long time and need to come back down before I buy. But these right here are the ones that I'm targeting and I'm focusing, and for me are the best risk reward in regards to valuation, where I see their valuation at, and of course where I see their future income coming in at. And of course, I'm looking out 3 to 5 years on all these buys. That's my time frame here. I have no idea what the best trade is right now. I'll leave that up to the traders and the other guys who have trading channels. Check that there. This for me is from a long-term buy and hold perspective. So that's the perspective that I'm coming from. A lot to get into today, a lot of hard conversations, a lot of tough conversations, and just and also some fun as well. So let's dive right into it. So the first stock would be Coca-Cola. And guys, I've been buying this stock for about a month now or so, but I had to wait since the beginning of the year in order to buy this stock. I've been wanting to buy it a long time, but it was just overvalued. And it's finally getting back down to what I consider fair value for the stock. So I'm happily adding shares of Coca-Cola. They just reported their earnings. Their earnings were absolutely stellar. I have no complaints, and Coca-Cola right now is going to provide me exactly what I want in this portfolio, and that's some stability. It's that steady goer. Now, in terms of stock price, may not be a very stable stock price, right? It's Wall Street, it's the market. That's how the market works. But in regards to performance, Coca-Cola once again just continues to be slow and steady and knock it out of the park and continue to execute on a very high level. So I'm very pleased that I've been able to add these stock at these prices, and I'm going to continue adding if Wall Street continues to get stupid despite great earnings on Coke. So next up, we have 3M. And guys, this is just another stock that obviously is not nearly as stable as Coca-Cola. It used to be. It's not right now because it's kind of in the middle of a turmoil period. And every great stock over the long run has multiple periods just like this where they're caught up in a lot of turmoil. But I just went through their earnings call, and everything on there is moving along as planned. They've managed to figure out their plan to expense out all the lawsuits, everything else that's going on there. There's no indication that they're going to cut the dividend, thinking about cutting the dividend or anything else like that. They have a lot of different avenues in order to continue to pay that dividend, which, oh, by the way, has a dividend yield over 6 right now, and it kind of crept up over 7 there before earnings. So you were just getting, to me, anything under $100 for 3M is just stealing money at that stage. And that right now is what we've had. We've had an extended period of time now where we have a great stock that's beaten down because of something that comes along every once in a while with stocks like that. Basically, 3M kind of does everything. And sooner or later, you're going to have lawsuits that come in. You've got to pay those out. And that's exactly what's going on right now. It is not often you get a great dividend play beaten down to this level to where you're getting that sort of yield on the dividend and everything else. And this is kind of one of those rare scenarios where if you're willing to take on that risk, that, hey, they can mitigate and work their way through everything that's going on right now, you're getting a great deal and a great discount on a great stock. So next up, we have SOFI, and man, it is just fallen and fallen and fallen whenever it had that big run after the last time. And guys, this is part of what we discuss here on this channel all the time. This is an unprofitable stock. It is eventually going to run. Basically that run we got was kind of a preview for what this stock's going to do. But there was no reason to FOMO into that stock, which a lot of folks were doing whenever it went on its run, because it's not profitable. And right now, it is not a speculator's market. That's not the type of market we're in. That doesn't mean traders aren't going to trade it up and then push it back down. But I was pretty confident that it was going to come back down again. And now it's back down almost to my price target once again. Now, obviously, I hope we get back down into the fours again, but I don't know if we'll get quite there or not. Traders get stupid, so maybe we do. but I know I'm going to start adding shares again here shortly. If it continues to get beaten down, all it probably takes is another 2 weeks or so of beating on SoFi, and or them just not liking their earnings or whatever the case is. And I have no concerns coming into their earnings in regards to whether or not we're going to see good numbers or not. But hey, it's Wall Street. They get silly. And so for me, I'm just sticking to my plan, sticking to my price target. I have a great position built out in SoFi. And if they continue to perform this earnings call, I'm going to look forward to adding more shares again to the stock if it gets beaten down to that level. But boy, are we ever close to seeing that buy alert going off. All right, now we're on to the controversial part of this list. And guys, this one's, I think it's going to be a little bit extra today this time around. So, look for the comment section to be on fire. Please give me your comments down below so that way I can understand it. But man, this is so controversial. And let's start right there with probably the most controversial stock in the stock market right now. And that would be Tesla. The stock actually briefly hit my price target at 203 just for a very, very short period of time, a little bit earlier this week. But, check this video right up here for more details about Tesla, where I feel Tesla is at and all that good stuff. But I personally have more work to put in on Tesla before I actually start buying the stock again. I need to sit down and analyze what's going on, where I want to place my price targets at, and where I feel comfortable adding more shares. Basically, I'm having to reevaluate everything from a valuation perspective and from a price target perspective. So expect a video on that next week at some point in time once I finish that all up there. And so that way you guys kind of have the latest and greatest with Tesla stock. But you got to wait until that video comes. I'm sorry. I'm not going to just sit here and make something up just simply to get views and clicks and likes and all that sort of stuff. It's just not my style. I've got to put in the work. So sorry, got to put in the work. We'll talk about it next week. And that leads me to the final stock, which would be PayPal. Now, I have an earnings preview coming up this Sunday for earnings specifically for PayPal, as this is the most important earnings call to me, in my opinion, in PayPal's history. I don't like to throw that around a lot. You guys know I don't like, there's a lot of folks out there that just like everything is just, this is the most important ever. Then next week, this is the most important ever. And then everything's the most important thing ever, which means nothing is important ever. You guys know I don't like to throw that around. But for me, with PayPal, given where that stock is just ridiculously beaten down with the new CEO coming in and everything else going on around the stock, this right here is the most critical time in regards to earnings, in regards to them setting the tone for the next few quarters for this stock. Basically, are we going to see it continue to trend down and continue to break support as it moves down? Are we finally going to be able to create a stable bottom so that way this stock can start actually moving up if they start to execute? Yes, it's beaten down. Yes, it makes me go, ugh, every time I look up and I see it getting lower and lower and lower and lower, and it's getting close. It's not there. It's not down to a meta style beat down, but man, we're definitely getting, basically just a crazier and crazier and crazier valuation to where it doesn't make sense in anybody's book. Even if you want to look at it from a value perspective, from a growth perspective, it doesn't seem to matter. We're getting to that stage to where it's just beaten down to ridiculous levels. So yeah, whether I want to admit it or not, even though I don't really need any more PayPal, I'm going to be forced to buy more PayPal if we continue to see this beat down. But again, wait for that earnings preview. It's coming this weekend, and that right there is going to kind of lay out everything else that I'm thinking in regards to this stock and what I'm looking for more importantly on those earnings. And remember, if you want to see all these buys in real time, you want to see my watch list complete with price targets, you want to take 5 courses for free, you want to be able to talk to me every day, slide into my DMs, jump on our live Q&As. There's just so much going on in the group there. Make sure you check out the pinned comment down there. Take advantage of that sale before it goes away, before that price goes up on you. You get to keep the price for life and see everything that you get, guys. Nobody gives you more for less in their group than we give you here for my group. So make sure you check out the pinned comment, see if a membership's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.